Okay, so today we'll look at the concept of markup and margin. These both terms are used for gross profit. All right, both markup and margins are used for gross profit, but the equation is different. Equation is almost the same, but the formulation is different. Equation is sales revenue is equal to cost of sales plus GP, or sales is equal to cost plus profit. All right. Now, when I talk about margin, margin is upon sales, in which sales is 100%. And let's suppose if the profit is 20%, the cost of sales would be 80%. So margin is said to be on sales, and the other concept of markup is upon cost, in which cost of sales is 100%, assumingly GP is still 20%, the sales revenue would be 120%. Now the concept is margin is used by retailers. Why? Because selling price is determined. Like for instance, if I talk about retailers means, let's suppose superstores. In superstores, all the products that are there for sale, they have a prescribed selling price. So let's suppose Imtiaz Supermart, when they receive a consignment, when they receive a shipment from a supplier, for instance, I'm saying if they are receiving a Nestle milk pack, so the printed price on the pack of milk pack would be 140 rupees, for instance. I'm just taking hypothetical examples. So if the selling price is already determined, Imtiaz is gonna ask like, okay, what is my margin in this? So since the selling price is already determined, so Imtiaz is gonna ask for their own profit commission or their own margin in it. Whereas Nestle company, when they are producing and making those milk packs, they would be using markup. How? Markup is used by producers because cost is calculated और उसमें ऐड कर देते हैं वो अपना markup और GP to calculate selling price. जो producers होते हैं, since producers they would identify cost of a product first, what they're going to do is they're going to add up on it. They're going to mark up on it the profit, cost plus profit, and to determine the selling price. All right. Any confusions till now? Markup and margin, any confusions? You can unmute yourself and ask me if there are any confusions.
Sir,
Okay.
is markup the profit you make on the cost of the
Markup
product?
is the profit that you add on the cost. And margin is the profit that you deduct from the selling price to calculate cost. See, the concept is different. Markup is being used by a producer. A producer would identify the cost of production first and then will mark up profit on it, right? However, retailer would know the selling price of the goods first, and then retailer would be asking for their profit margin in this. यार एक इलेक्ट्रिक स्टोर है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का स्टोर है, फॉर एग्जांपल DHA में एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का स्टोर है, उसके पास सारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक अप्लायंसेस मिलते हैं. Is he making the electronic appliances himself? No, he's not. He's getting those appliances from a company and he's just selling it. He's just trading it. He's buying and selling. And within that buy and sell, he would look for his profit margin. Like for example, if a television, if he's selling a television for 100,000 because the price prescribed by the company is 100,000, so he's going to ask the company, "Bhai, theek hai, I would also sell it for 100,000, but what is my margin in this?" Since the selling price is determined, it's prescribed, तो उसमें से margin अपना वो पता करते हैं. ठीक है? Any problem? Anything? No? चलो ठीक. Let's just move on now. I'm giving you examples. Sales is 35,000. Cost of sales, we don't know. GP, we don't know. And I'm saying it is margin. And margin is how much? 20%. Margin is 20%. So, in margin, my question is, sales is 100% or cost is 100%? Batul, can you tell me? In margin, sales is 100% or cost is 100%?
Sir, sales.
All right. So in margin, if sales is 100%, GP is 20%, cost of sales would be? Anyone can answer.
80%.
Sales is 100%, GP is 20%, cost of sales would be 80%. So now, if I ask you to calculate cost of sales and GP, can you just simply cross multiply the way you do in math? Cross multiply कैसे करते हैं? Iraj, can you guide me through this, please? Iraj?
Oh, sorry, I forgot that was on mute. Sir, so you can take this as x, like the one,
बिल्कुल
the
ठीक है.
unknown, and then you
Yes.
can multiply it with 100%. So it'll be like 100x. It'll come on this side, and then you can multiply 35,000 with 80%, and it'll go on that side. And then you can you have to make x the subject and leave it alone, it should, and then you'll find the answer. It's easy.
All right. So just look at this calculation. If I do it like this, 35,000 multiplied by 80, because it is crossing up, right? And divided by 100. Would this be right, right?
3,500 into 80 divided by 100. Yeah, I think so, sir.
है ना?
Yeah.
Because you were saying 35,000 into 80 is equal to
28,000.
100 into x. यही कह रही थी ना तुम?
Yeah.
अब जब मैं इसको यहाँ शिफ्ट करूंगा तो डिवाइड हो जाएगा ना वो?
Yeah.
है ना?
I think
तो exactly इस तरह आंसर आ जाएगा ना? तो the answer is
28,000.
28,000. All right. Now, in order to calculate gross profit, you have two things. Either you subtract cost of sales from sales, तो भी आ जाएगा, और अगर हम gross profit के लिए भी यही कुछ करें, ये cross multiply करें, so it's gonna be 35,000 into 20 divided by 100. तो भी आ जाएगा, which is 7,000. Either we deduct cost of sales from sales to get gross profit, or we can again cross multiply. Okay. Now, the concept to remember is in margin, sales is equal to 100%. Say okay. Now, let's just look at another example. Example 2. Sales cost GP, gross profit of 40,000 is given. ये दोनों values unknown है, and it says margin of 10%. कितने percent है margin? 10%. So GP is 10%. See, since I don't have your videos with me, so if you want to say something, please unmute yourself and you can say whatever you want to. Mustafa, you wanted to say something?
No, sir.
Okay. So it is margin. Margin would mean that GP is 10%. Margin means that the sales is 100% and cost is how much? 90%. All right. Now, using this value and these percentages, can you calculate cost? Umair,
Yes.
can you calculate cost? Umair?
Sir, 40,000 into 90.
40,000 into 90
फिर करेंगे
divided by
divide by 10.
10. Since it was 10 itself, so divide by 10, multiply by 90 will give you the answer. अच्छा जी, इफ्रा, अब तुम मुझे बताओगी, ठीक है, चलो खैर, कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स कितनी आ रही है पहले मुझे बताओ. इफ्रा, तुम मुझे सेल्स बताओगी कितनी है?
Sir, why is it 10?
Because see, if I am cross multiplying, I have a GP value with me, right? So if I am cross multiplying, तो तुम देखो ना, ये तो 10 है ना, GP itself is 10% ना,
Yeah.
ठीक है?
Okay.
तो और हम मार्जिन यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें GP itself is 10%, तो इसलिए हमने इसको 10 से डिवाइड किया. ओके, नाउ कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स की क्या वैल्यू आ रही है उमर?
मैं कर रहा हूँ. 360,000.
ठीक है जी, वेरी गुड. इफ्रा, यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है इफ्रा, अब मुझे बताओ, अगर मुझे सेल्स कैलकुलेट करनी होगी तो किस तरह कैलकुलेट करूंगा? इसी तरह क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करके.
So 40,000 into 100
into 100, गुड,
divide by 10.
बिल्कुल सही है. सो दिस वुड बी 400,000. और मैं एक काम और भी कर सकता था. क्या कर सकता था, कोई बताएगा मुझे?
So
Sales or
360,000 or
जीपी और कॉस्ट को ऐड कर देता तो भी सेल्स आ जाती है ना, बिकॉज इक्वेशन इज सेल्स इज इक्वल टू कॉस्ट प्लस जीपी, है ना? ऐड करके भी आ जाती. सही है जी. चलो जी, नाउ वी लुक एट सम एग्जांपल फॉर मार्कअप. सेल्स, कॉस्ट, जीपी. कॉस्ट गिवन है तुम्हारे पास 300,000 एंड मार्कअप है तुम्हारे पास 40% का. ठीक है जी. अच्छा जी, तस्नीम, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन मार्कअप एंड मार्जिन? तस्नीम, तस्नीम, तस्नीम. Tasneem, are you even there? Tasneem. She's not responding, so I'll put her in the waiting room. Okay. Batul, are you there?
Sir, yeah, Sir Tasneem is telling me something.
Telling you something? What?
She's telling me, can you tell sir to check WhatsApp?
Why should I check my WhatsApp?
I don't know, sir. She asked me.
ओके अच्छा जी, मैं अभी अनम्यूट कर देता हूँ, मतलब मसला ही नहीं है, वो कह रही है अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहा. All right, Tasneem, welcome back. ओके तस्नीम, कोई बात नहीं, हम अफेक्टिव लर्निंग में ये देख लेते हैं कि तुम एक काम करो कि अगर तुम्हारे पास से अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहा, कोई बात नहीं, यू कैन टेल मी ऑन व्हाट्सएप व्हाट इज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन मार्कअप एंड मार्जिन. नाउ यू वुड बी लिसनिंग. Okay, can anyone else tell me the main difference between markup and margin?
Sir, the main difference between margin and markup is that margin is used to determine the selling price, whereas the markup is used to calculate the cost. Usually,
Nine.
Sir,
Margin.
markup is
Sir,
sir,
Okay, yes, please go on.
markup is the amount at which cost increases.
सर मार्कअप सप्लाई लगाते
प्रोड्यूसर.
प्रोड्यूसर.
हाँ,
Markup
बिल्कुल
is
सही है.
used by producers and margin is used by retailers.
Yes, another difference is the main if
Sir?
yes.
Is it that markup is the amount that's added additional to the cost, and margin is like the limit to which you can add the price?
The first phrase was absolutely right, but the second one I would say would need improvement. देखो, in order to put it in a simple words, I would say that markup is applied on cost, margin is applied on sales. Margin is on sales, which that is why sales is 100%. Markup is on cost, that is why cost would be 100%. So if you have to put markup and margin in simple words, always use this. Markup is applied on cost, whereas margin is applied on sales revenue. ठीक है? बहुत simple सी बात है. So now, if the cost is 100%, GP is 40%, sales will be 140%, right? तो sales would be 140%. तो अब मुझे बताओ कि मुझे जीपी कैलकुलेट करना होगा तो मैं यूं क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा, और सेल्स कैलकुलेट करनी होगी तो मैं इस तरह क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा. ठीक है? सो इरज, यू आर टेलिंग मी द वैल्यू फॉर ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट, एंड मित्रा, यू आर टेलिंग मी द वैल्यू फॉर सेल्स.
Sir, मेरे पास like calculator भी नहीं है. I'll try my best with this.
तुम्हारे पास मोबाइल है,
Yeah.
उसमें कैलकुलेटर की एप्लीकेशन है?
Yes.
है? चलो ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. अच्छा, मुझे सिर्फ इरज तुम इक्वेशन बता दो बस, चलो मैं कैलकुलेट कर लेता हूँ.
Okay.
जीपी
Sir, so what
जीपी
you
कैलकुलेट
have
करना है.
to do, you have to calculate the GP, right? So,
Yes.
sir, you take that as X, the unknown as X. So you can write, you're gonna cross multiply it. So 300,000 into 40%
Yes.
equals to 100%.
120,000.
ठीक
Yeah,
है, बिल्कुल सही
100
है.
into
तो फिर
X.
इवेंचुअली वो डिवाइड हो जाएगा ना, वो
Yeah.
है ना. सो दिस इज 120,000. मित्रा,
Okay.
व्हाट इज द वैल्यू फॉर सेल्स?
I got 420,000.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. या तो इन दोनों को ऐड कर लो, 300,000 प्लस 120,000 इज 420,000। एक तो ये है, दूसरा क्या है कि इट्स गोना बी 300,000
Multiplied by 140 divided by 100.
डिवाइड बाय 100। अच्छा पता है, मेरे एक टीचर थे, उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सिंपल सी ट्रिक सिखाई थी। आई शैल बी सेइंग इट बट इट्स ऑन यू इफ यू वांट टू रिमेम्बर इट। उन्होंने कहा था कि देखो, जो खुद होता है ना वो डिवाइड होता है, और जो निकालना होता है वो मल्टीप्लाई होता है। पहले मुझे भी नहीं समझ में आया था, मैं कहा ये क्या बकवास है कि खुद होता है डिवाइड होता है, निकालना मल्टीप्लाई होता है। Then I later realized what he meant is, since 300,000 itself is 100%, तो वो खुद है तो वो डिवाइड होगा, और with whatever amount that we have to calculate, it is either if it is 40% or 140%, तो we'll multiply it। तो बाद में मुझे समझ में आ गई थी, लेकिन खैर उन्होंने मुझे इस तरह करके शॉर्टकट करके समझाया था।
Sir, I also have a method. I wanted to ask you if it's fine or not.
पूछो।
जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इसमें 100% जो है वो 300,000 है,
हाँ,
तो इज इट इफ वी टेक आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ 1% और फिर वो उसे उस वैल्यू को 40 या 140 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दें तो आंसर आ जाता है?
बिल्कुल सही है, इस तरह भी कर सकते हो। अब देखो ऊपर वाली एग्जांपल में जीपी 40,000 10% था, राइट? तो जीपी 40,000 को 10 से डिवाइड कर दोगे तो 1% वैल्यू आ जाएगी।
Exactly.
So you can follow that as well. All right. So now the last example before I'll be giving you some examples for you to do. Again, it's an example of markup, sales, cost, GP. I'm saying sales is 480,000. Markup is 20%. Just a minute. Can you calculate the values, please?
Just 1 minute.
Okay. So values, please. Since it is markup, markup के अंदर cost of sales would be 100%. So sales would be 120%. ठीक है जी. So cost of GP की values.
Sir, I'm getting cost as 400,000 and GP as 80,000.
इफ्रा ये गलत values बता रहा है, तुम जरा सही values बताओगी?
Sir, मेरा तो यही आ रहा है.
Sir, is cost 400,000.
Yes. इसको जब क्रॉस करेंगे तो 480 times 100 divided by 120, which is 400,000. और इसमें से इसको माइनस भी कर लेंगे तो भी 80,000 आएगा। और अगर क्रॉस कर लें इसको इससे तो 480 times 20 divided by 120। जी बेटे,
I'm getting 80,000.
80,000 मेरा भी वही आ रहा है,
Oh,
And I got it.
हम दोनों का गलत है। अच्छा जी, now you know the main issue is हम क्या करते हैं, जो कॉमन एरर है इस चीज में, कॉमन एरर ये है common error is identifying markup and margin cut difference. See, the students, the common error that they make is कि markup और margin को differentiate नहीं कर पाते. They have to make sure that when it says markup, कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स आपकी 100% होंगी, और अगर मार्जिन लिखा हुआ है तो आपकी सेल्स 100% होंगी। अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ, इस इक्वेशन में सेल्स इज इक्वल टू कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स प्लस जीपी, विच वन इज द हाईएस्ट वैल्यू? इनमें हाईएस्ट वैल्यू कौन सी होगी हमेशा?
Sales.
Sir, sales.
सेल्स हमेशा हाईएस्ट होगी ना। तो अगर मार्जिन में ये सेल्स 100% है, ठीक है,
Yeah.
तो मार्कअप में दिस वुड बी मोर देन 100%, राइट? ऐसा ही है ना?
Yeah. Yeah.
ठीक है। सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर कि मार्जिन में सिंस इट इज द हाईएस्ट वैल्यू इटसेल्फ, इट इज 100%, तो कॉस्ट वुड बी लेस देन 100, तो कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स वुड बी लेस देन 100, ठीक है। और अगर मार्कअप में कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल 100% है तो सेल्स वुड बी मोर देन 100, ठीक है। तो दिस इज द कॉमन एरर which everyone does, which is identifying, right? Okay, now I'm giving you 3 examples, और जरा जल्दी से ये examples आप लोग solve कर लें। Meanwhile, I'm stopping my recording, so and I'll be posting this recording as a resource to ratios again in the same announcement on Canvas.